that we are moving in the right direction. No, my total commitment is to running for the presidency of FIFA at the moment. Again, I'm not going to sit through another 4 years of what's been going on, and I think that the way to change it is to go for the top. Well, I've been in football for a number of years, and on the executive committee of FIFA the last 4 years. And after talking to colleagues from across the football world, and I'm talking about fans, players, as well as member associations, I think that we all agree that it is time now for a change, to have a FIFA, transparent FIFA, to work on the sport itself, on development, and you know, I cannot see myself being a member of the executive for another 4 years under the present circumstances, and I'm willing to take the challenge. Well, again, it's not about Sepp Blatter, it's about the organization itself, and it's about the fact that anywhere you go, people don't have confidence in the organization, and we have to return that confidence. They need to know that we're doing the right thing, that we're working from the bottom up, that we reverse this pyramid, and that you have a president who serves football, not dictate, and focus on players, fans, team managers, and so on. And that's what I intend to do.
Well, that's Prince Ali Al-Hussein giving us his own idea of what he hopes to achieve if he eventually gets on that seat as president of FIFA. What's the driving force behind his push to take over the seat of power at FIFA? But guys, let me allow you to say a few things very quickly. You've listened to him. I mean, this guy is making some very powerful statements.
Yeah,
those point lines are heavy.
Every one of them does. This is the last 4 editions where Blatter had to stand against opponents. People come out with speeches like this. First, I must say, at least brave. If you listen to him, he said one thing that struck me. He said the incumbent does have an advantage, and he had complained about intimidation. I don't know if there's anything that's already happening, and I mean,
the things will happen definitely.
He said the culture of intimidation in FIFA, where people who are principled make a stance and they are witch hunted out of the.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like Michael Garcia, former Bin Hammam, other people as well.
So the point is, in the few days, in days to come, a lot of things will happen. That's why I said he is brave. Now he looks.
He's a former military officer. He has to be brave.
Yeah, it looks polished. Appears to be. Looks like a man that knows what he wants and why he wants it, and he's been in FIFA for a while. Whether or not he'll be able to outwit Sepp Blatter is another thing. But it's looking to me now like it's going to be the one UEFA will back, because he's not coming from Europe. It's coming from Jordan. Though a lot of people tell you he's like paperweight where it comes from, because even his federation, even his confederation are supporting Blatter. But he seems to be in harmony with the Europeans. He's stayed in England for a while and
in the United States as well.
Yeah, so I don't know, but
he's young. He's young.
Years old. What are the reports about these candidates still needing to cross some hurdles before they eventually cleared to contest the elections? There are some reports coming through that there could still be some conditions that will be put out later on.
Well, the major one is the anti-corruption test. That FIFA has always insisted that every
you pass the test before you're able to stand.
Before you're able to stand
credibility issues.
And that is where the axemen of FIFA will be waiting.
They go to work.
Will be waiting to lop off people's heads and end their candidature. The anti-corruption test, in truth, is vague. It depends. It is what FIFA say it is. So if they say that because maybe you forgot to file a parking ticket 20 years ago, then that's
something as trivial as
that. So we've maintained it on this platform before that FIFA is like a closely guarded mafia family. They only take care of their own. If you are not a member of it, there's no way you can get a front seat at the decision-making table. Nobody will ever vacate their seat for you unless they believe they appoint you from the top of the table. So Prince Ali is fighting a major battle. Yeah. He has promised that he will resign if Blatter is re-elected because he cannot stand another 4 years
Yes,
under Blatter again.
in the present
That is
circumstances.
very heavy, and it is a major condemnation against Sepp Blatter's leadership. The other people too are also saying the same thing, that FIFA's image needs to be improved, that there's severely battered under Blatter, that all the allegations of corruption and lack of transparency have severely dented the image of FIFA. We've seen multi-million-dollar sponsorship deals being ended. A lot of them have pulled out. So FIFA is reeling, but they're saying that they can survive the storm, they can weather it under the leadership of Sepp Blatter. But some of the federations, a good block of them, led by the United Kingdom, they don't think so. They think that it's time for change.
Okay, tell us what you feel about all of this, and we'll be glad to read your comments real time as we go on Sports Tonight. But I can tell you, I'm happy we're getting plenty of responses already from people who have been answering our questions around Aruna Quadri. So please don't forget that as you send those answers in, don't forget the hashtag Sports Tonight and the hashtag Incredible Quadri. All right, so let's keep moving on the show tonight. But take you now to Equatorial Guinea and talk about tomorrow. Tomorrow, first semi-final of the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations will take center stage. And it will be a game between two teams that are used to each other. I'm talking about Congo Democratic Republic and the Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire. But let's take a look at the fixtures. First of all, first semi-final, Congo DR against Cote d'Ivoire. Second semi-final on Thursday, we'll see the host welcoming the Black Stars. But tomorrow, gentlemen, let's talk about tomorrow's game. Congo DR against Cote d'Ivoire. Interesting. These two teams met 2 times during the qualifiers. It was
The Ivorians won
away win for the Ivorians, away win for the Congolese team. So tomorrow, evenly poised. Everything perfect setting for tomorrow's games. For tomorrow's game, I beg your pardon.
Cote d'Ivoire, I mean, they have a slight advantage. If you're expecting to see a very good game, television-friendly game, you might not get that. I mean, it's been scrappy all through from the Ivorians, and
but then they were dominant against the Algerians.
Okay,
although
maybe
the scoreline is a little flattering.
Yes, maybe they've not met up to my expectations. Let me put it that way. I've been disappointed.
The new team as
really,
well.
and
No Drogba anymore.
They're not really a new team. Maybe some of the. I don't know.
I don't know Drogba.
Apart from Drogba.
They
Apart from Drogba and the defender, I've forgotten his name.
Apart from Drogba and Didier Zokora.
No Solbamba, no Didier Zokora.
But what I'm just trying to say is that the Ivorians, the Elephants, do have a slight advantage, but that's not taking anything away from Congo DR. The fact that they've beaten them before does give them some sort of.
No, Congo has beaten Cote d'Ivoire before.
That's what
Cote
I'm
d'Ivoire
saying.
have also beaten.
That's what I'm saying.
So everybody has the
It's one
advantage.
apiece. So you don't get there with stage fright. Like for instance,
You go for it.
In Equatorial Guinea against Ghana, it's different. You just look at the pedigree of the other team, and if you're not careful, you come into the field and you're shivering. But in this case, fine. You have Yaya Toure, but we've beaten you before.
I think the Ivorians are the ones under pressure. They have the type of favorites. Congo, they haven't been in this stage in a long time.
The last
Yes,
time they were
played
here,
1974.
Yeah.
Last time they got to the final.
Yeah, and so
And that was when they won and went to the World Cup.
They should play with no fear. I mean, they have some really talented players who can really hurt the Ivorians. Yannick Bolasie will be one that they have to really watch out for. Yusuf Mulumbu as well. So the Ivorians I think they are the ones who are under pressure, but they showed that they can cope with that pressure. But the other game, Equatorial Guinea against Ghana, I was speaking to a Ghanaian journalist today, and he's telling me that the whole of Ghana is afraid. Because
the referee?
No. The Ghanaians have a penchant of losing every 5 games. They win their first 4 games, the 5th game they lose.
The last time they got to the final was 2010.
Yeah, but look at it. In 2010, they were playing their 5th game. They lost their 5th game in the final.
So they've won 4 already now.
They've won. They would have played. They would have played 6 games in 2010.
Start counting from the loss to.
Togo didn't show up.
They lost their first game.
Start counting from the loss to Senegal.
No,
that was the first game.
That was the first game. So
their 5th game will be in the final.
The 5th game.
This will be their 4th game, really.
No, actually, it'll be their 5th game.
I mean,
They lost the first one to
win.
Senegal.
They lost the first one.
If they win
So
this,
they
it becomes their 4th.
start counting the win from Algeria.
No, they're saying every 5 games they lose. No matter whether they won the first one before, but every 5 games. So there's a lot. It happened in 2008. It happened in 2010.
There's little to this kind of
It happened in
statistics.
2012 as well. It happened in 2013 again when they lost in the semi-final to Burkina Faso. So they say it's some kind of jinx, and they're not happy about it. And there's also the fact that they will be playing against a terribly partisan crowd. they are thinking that they might also be playing against CAF and the referee. So I think they're making excuses already for wanting to, for if they lose against